What's up, gang? Noor Kidwai in the house, letting go with Noor. Thanks for tuning in. Today I want to talk about comparison. This is something we all do, and I think if you're watching this, you probably have heard the term or the phrase comparison is a thief of joy, and that's such a super true statement. It is a thief of joy, but I also want to teach you guys that comparison can also be a beautiful moment to actually recognize some of these negative inner suppressed emotions inside of you, and it's a beautiful moment to be able to let those go. So both of those things are true. Like, the reason comparison is a thief to joy is because it's coming from negative emotions that are pretty much telling you you're not enough, or maybe you're resentful about where you're at in life, or maybe whatever it is. It can come from multiple different negative emotions, but you see somebody else and then all of a sudden your mind starts to compare, and that's coming from a negative emotion. Now, if you're in a higher state, if you're in an acceptance state or a joyful state, when you see somebody else, if you see their success, if you see whatever that you're looking at, you know, you can be happy for them. Then you can be like, wow, hey, good for them, or like, look at that talent, or look at that love they found. You'll be happy for them because you're in a higher state and your mind's not attached and your mind's not feeling any kind of lack inside. But when you're comparing, that means your mind is feeling lack inside, your mind and your body. And that's coming from negative emotional energies inside of you. But the beauty is, when you catch yourself comparing, and I do this a lot less now because I've released so much negative energy, but it still comes up once in a while. And I'll teach you this like yesterday, or not yesterday, like a little while ago. I was with one of my best friends, and he's a great comedian, and he's doing really well, and he's like taking off and stuff. And I was like, you know, I'm really happy for him. And then I caught myself at one point where I was kind of comparing myself to him, and it was in my body and I felt it, and it was this guilt where I'm like, damn, this guy's working really hard. And then in my head I was just like, well, maybe I'm not working hard enough. And then it ruined, my whole energy went down, and I felt it in my gut, like some tightness and some tension. And I'm familiar with that energy because I've let go of so much of that energy now. That it was guilt, and it's guilt saying like, oh, maybe I'm not working hard enough. This guy's working hard, and maybe I'm just not working hard enough. And or it's like, maybe I don't have the proper way of doing this. Like, so that this guilt comes up, and it came straight from that comparison. But if I wasn't doing this work, I would have never recognized that. A year ago, I would have had these comparisons, which I used to compare myself with so many different people, and I was just coming from negative emotions in me, but I never felt it. I never knew that this is what it was coming from. So I used to just get caught in that comparison, and even once I stopped comparing myself, I was stuck in that negative emotion, usually for a day or 2 days or whatever. But now, because I do this work, I understand that there's nothing healthy about that, and it's nothing to be ashamed of either, because it's just a natural thing we do, and it's just stuck emotion in you, and once you release it, you get to a much higher place, and you can open up, and that will honestly bring you so much more in your life. So I saw that guilt in me, and I took a deep breath, and I kind of detached myself from it. And, you know, I was just like, okay, there it is. And, you know, the energy was there, and it kind of slowly, like, the tension went away. And, yeah, I was like, okay, that's good. That's good. I'm happy it went away, and I felt better afterwards. And it was just like, hey, I can be with my friend and feel happy about him. And also understand that, like, I'm lucky to have a friend who's works so hard and is successful, because it rubs off on me. I'm working really hard too. But that's the other thing about comparison, and you have to get it into your head. We all have our own life path. So there's no point in comparing to another person because it's all different. I'm in comedy. I'm in stand-up comedy, so like I've been comparing myself to people for years because it's just natural in this business. And I'm sure it's natural in your work and life as well, comparing yourself to whoever it is. It might be in work, it might just be in life. It's natural to compare, but you have to also understand we're all on our own life's journey. We all have our own timetables, and we all have our own way of going and doing something that's natural to us and that's going to get us to where we need to be. I'm in comedy. I used to see other comedians. Everybody has their own path. You know, some people get political, some people get sexual, some people start doing these kind of podcasts, some people do interviews, some people do little game shows. They're different. Like, everybody has these like unique ways that they find themselves and find an authentic expression of themselves and put it online or put it wherever, and it starts to manifest in great ways. You know, and I found my way, and it's like, hey, I got the way I do my comedy, and I got the way I do this. Like, I realized like internal healing and spirituality and deepening that spirituality is something I've always loved. And this is my path. And it's like, it's separate from, it's so different than other comics. So how the hell am I going to compare that to other comedians? And I knew if I do compare, it's going to hurt like my own energy. And I got to a point in my life where I'm mature enough and aware enough that I'm not going to hurt my own energy. And I understand that. So now when I catch myself comparing, I take that deep breath. I feel that emotion in me. I detach from that emotion. I don't resist it. I let it come up. I let it be. But like I said, this comparison is honestly a good gateway for you to find these emotions. If you do know that, like, hey, I compare myself with these people a lot, maybe this is a good practice for you. Maybe sit down for a couple minutes and think of that person you compare yourself with a lot. And just take a deep breath, calm your body, and watch those emotions slowly come up when you're thinking of that person. You know, watch those emotions and just kind of like be aware of them. Don't resist them. Don't label them. Don't judge them. Just be aware of them and let them come up. And the more you do that, the more they come up, and you'll be able to like slowly let this energy release. And you can slowly see where it comes from, because it can come from many different energies. The one I just explained was guilt, but a lot of times it's going to come from apathy or shame, that like I'm not enough, that kind of energy. And you want to get rid of that energy, and like, not like in a bad way, just like let it come up and like let it slowly leave you, and it'll be good for you. I promise. And that's a good way to heal yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. Give me a comment if you have any questions or have any criticism, feel free. But thanks, guys. Peace.